There are small towns that seem too perfect. Polite people, constant smiles, no warnings of danger. But in 7 different places, they all said the same thing. Everyone here was too friendly. Some managed to escape. Others were never the same again. Stay until the end, because the last story explains everything. Story 1, Maple Hollow. Emily Carter arrived in Maple Hollow on a Tuesday. Before sunset, 5 people already knew his name. The city had 842 inhabitants. No sign of hurry, no sign of danger. On the first day, he received 3 meals. On the second day, someone mowed the lawn without asking. In the third one, a neighbor said, "You adapted quickly." Emily didn't remember saying she would stay. That night, he noticed something strange. The street lights always went out at 10:17 p.m. Without exception, on the 4th day, he found a list on the kitchen table. Schedules, routines, things she never told anyone. At the bottom of the page, a handwritten phrase, "This helps keep you safe." Emily tried to leave town the following morning. The car wouldn't start. The mechanic smiled and said that was common with visitors. That was the last time Emily was seen. The following week, the city welcomed a new resident. The lights continued to go out at 10:17 p.m. Story 2, Ravens Creek. Ravens Creek had an unwritten rule. No one was left alone at night. Thomas Wilkins arrived to work as a substitute teacher. On the first day, he was invited to dinner. Secondly, for a coffee. In the third case, someone slept on his living room sofa for safety. When he refused, the house fell silent. That night, Thomas heard footsteps around the house. They were not in a hurry. They were patients. The next day, everyone was acting normally, smiling, educated. A student left a note on the desk. "Here, whoever is left alone gets sick." Thomas tried to report it. He discovered that the last police chief had left town years before. When he tried to leave, he realized something worse. The road no longer appeared on the GPS. In the last audio recording found on his phone, Thomas whispers, "They're not trying to hurt me. They're trying to keep me." Story 3, Clearwater Ridge. Clearwater Ridge was known for its exceptional hospitality. Visitors were given rooms, food, gifts, but nobody stayed for more than 3 weeks. Sarah and Mark, a couple of tourists, thought they had found paradise until they realized that no one in the city was getting old. Old photos showed the same people, same faces, same smiles. When they asked, they heard the same answer. "Here, time respects those who respect the city." That night, Sarah woke up and found Mark talking to someone in the kitchen, alone. He said he was learning. The next morning, Mark didn't want to leave. Sarah ran away. He never came back. Mark still appears in photos of the city. Story 4, Blackwell. Blackwell had a strange habit. Every Friday, everyone gathered in the square. Lucas, a delivery driver, got stuck in the city because of a snowstorm. He was invited to participate. In the center of the square, there was an empty chair. They said it was symbolic. In the 3rd week, Lucas noticed that the chair had his name engraved underneath. When he tried to escape, the residents smiled. It was about time. The chair was never empty again. Story 5, Hollow Point. In Hollow Point, nobody locked their doors. Megan found that reassuring, until waking up and realizing that objects changed places while I slept. Nothing was stolen. Everything was in order. One night, he found a note. It's not perfect yet. In the basement, he discovered photos of himself, sleeping. When he shouted, the whole city appeared. Now yes, Story 6, Willow Falls. Willow Falls had no children. David asked why. He only heard, "They grow." At night, he would hear laughter coming from the forest. Adult laughter, imitating children's voices. David ran away. On the road, he saw a fallen sign, "Welcome back." He had never been there before. Story 7, Ashfield. Ashfield was too perfect. Clean, organized, silent. The problem was simple. No one died there. The funerals were staged events, the coffins empty. When a visitor actually died, the city panicked, because now something needed to replace it. And Ashfield had already made his choice. These cities exist. Some are still on the map, others prefer not to be found. What if one day you visit a place where everyone is too kind? Perhaps it's not hospitality. Perhaps it's surveillance. Subscribe to the channel to follow the upcoming stories.